Hello friends, thank you all for watching. Here's a fun calculus question for us to look at. Come on in and let's have a look. Brought to you by Martin Tutorials. The question is, find two positive numbers. We're told they multiply to 10,000. We're told that their sum is a minimum. So to rephrase that, we want to minimize adding them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend my two numbers are x and y, all right? And what we want to minimize is x plus y, our two numbers. We are told that x times y equals 10,000. I took the statement they multiplied to 10,000 and write it as an equation. That's what we want to minimize. I should put a letter back in the equation. I can call it S for sum. I can call whatever letter I want. Generally, I don't like the letter S because I can confuse it with a number 5, but I'll remember that's an S. So that's the equation. The one problem, of course, there are too many variables. So I'll need to find a way to relate x and y to get rid of them. I know that x times y is 10,000. I'm going to rewrite that as 10,000 divided by x. And another way of writing that is 10,000 times x to the minus 1. Both of these mean the same thing, but as it's a calculus question, it's easier to work with this. So this equation, we're going to substitute that in for y. So I'll say s equals x plus 10,000 x to the minus 1. Okay, and that's an equation for the sum of our two numbers. Now we do the derivative to find where it's going up and going down. Rules of calculus, the derivative of x is 1. Rules with its exponent, we bring that exponent to the front. That minus 1 becomes a minus here. And this exponent is reduced by 1, becomes minus 2. So that's our derivative. We want to set it to 0. So I'm going to simplify that. I'll write as 1 minus 10,000 over x squared. I'm going to find a common denominator. That's x squared over x squared minus over x squared. That's like saying x squared minus 10,000 all divided by x squared. And you see a pattern of 10,000 is the same thing as saying 100 squared. X squared minus 100 squared. That's like x plus 100 times x minus 100. The pattern a squared minus b squared is a plus b times a minus b. So I'm going to write it as x plus 100 times x minus 100 over x squared. When does that equal 0? I know it equals 0 if x is minus 100 as well as plus 100. If I plug in plus 100 there, that top is 0. But they said find two positive numbers. So we know the answer is when x equals 100. But I want to make sure, you see, when that derivative is 0, it's either maximum or a minimum point. So I want to make sure that is a minimum. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw a number line and all the points where this potentially changes sign. It could be at minus 100, it could be 0, or at 100. Well, something that make it easier, x squared is always positive no matter what. So other than x equals 0, we know that's always positive. And we're told x is a positive number, I just said that. So we can totally disregard this side of the number line. So what I do is between 0 and 100, let's take the number 10. If I plug 10 in there, that's positive, and 10 minus 100 is negative. Positive times negative is negative. The graph is going down because the derivative is negative. If x is bigger than 100, actually makes it easier. I take 1,000. Let any number, 1,000 plus 100 is positive, 1,000 minus 100 is positive. Positive times positive is positive. This graph is going down to x is 100 and then going up. down and up means that 100 is definitely a minimum. So we know x equals 100. We told x times y is a 10,000, or y equals 10,000 divided by 100. So y equals 100. So the two numbers are 100 and 100. That's the answer, and thank you all for watching this question.